I'm Alex Mahadevon with The Observer, and it's Shark Week, which means millions of viewers will tune into the Discovery Channel to watch hyperbolic tales of monster sharks, vicious shark attacks, and learn little about actual research. Luckily, here in Sarasota, and more specifically at Mote Marine, we have some of the most brilliant shark scientists in the world. This morning, we sat down with Dr. Carl Luer, who was recently inducted into the Shark Hall of Fame with a Distinguished Fellow Award from the American Elasmobranch Society.
The history of our laboratory, going back to the mid-50s, is rich in shark research. It was founded by Dr. Eugenie Clark in 1955 as the Cape Hayes Marine Laboratory became the Mote Marine Laboratory in the mid-60s. But the focus in the early days of the laboratory was shark research, and we've continued to be a world leader in shark research since that early time. So when I came here, I was asked to use these animals in a marine biomedical approach because of the history of the lab, but also because of the observation that they have a low incidence of disease. And particularly interesting is the low incidence of cancer. We're obviously not using sharks that are the size of jaws. So my work does not have me interact in the wild with large and relatively dangerous, at sometimes, animals. Animals are collected for me, and I use them in the laboratory as my marine mice. Prior to our success in putting immune cells into culture, and I credit my colleague, Dr. Kathy Walsh, with being able to do that, no one had ever been able to put shark immune cells into culture and have them thrive. Dr. Walsh has been able to do that, so that's a major step in the progress of our work. Without being able to put these immune cells into culture, we wouldn't have identified the compounds that have this anti-cancer property. My favorite skate, obviously, is the clear nose skate. This is the skate that we have in our waters during the winter months. Because they're egg layers, we have embryos that we can use experimentally without having to kill a mother to get a developing embryo. It's a huge advantage. My favorite long-term laboratory shark is the nurse shark, which my colleagues tease me because they're not ferocious man-eaters, but the nurse shark is a terrific laboratory shark because it doesn't have to swim all the time. They're happy in small environments. You can carry small ones around in buckets. They're very, very hardy, so they're a great animal to use. And then, of course, the animal that continuously has given us the most active compounds from this unique organ is the bonnethead shark. Our application of using these animals as a biomedical model is unique. There are no other laboratories doing exactly what we're doing. So this is our goal, to understand very interesting properties that these animals have that make them successful, and then develop ways that we can make these compounds essentially and then spare the natural populations.